Good morning everyone. Today we are going to tackle about Edgar Dale's cone of experience. But before we proceed, let us know who is Edgar Dale. So Edgar Dale, born in 1900, April 27 in Benson, Minnesota, and died on March 8, 1985 in Columbus, Ohio. Edgar Dale was an American educator who developed the cone of experience, also known as the learning pyramid. He made several contributions to audio and visual instruction, including a methodology for analyzing the content of motion pictures. In preparing to become a teacher, there are elements that should be taken into consideration. One way of putting it is the 8 aims of teaching, and each element contributes to ensuring effective instruction. Here are the 8 aims of teaching. Number 1 is milieu, is the learning environment. This refers to the setting or atmosphere in which learning takes place. It includes both physical, emotional environment. For example, it's like classroom rules, where's good lighting, comfortable seating, and respectful and positive classroom culture can promote better learning. Number 2, matter, or the subject matter, the content of learning. So the matter refers to the material or subject matter that is being taught, no? Or this is the information or skills the teacher aims to convey. So for example, in language English lesson, no? The matter is like, for example, grammar, no? Or like one in math class or math lesson, the subject matter, the matter is included kan algebra or geometry. Like it depends on the focus of the class. So number 3, method is the teaching and learning activities. So method involves the techniques or strategies used to teach the content and engage students in the learning process. For example is group discussion or interactive quizzes, no? Those are strategies that they can use to engage students in learning process. So or like hands-on experiment to help students understand the concept. Number 4, the material, no, the resources of learning. Materials are the physical tools or resources that support learning. This can include textbooks, worksheets, manipulatives, and more, no. For example is yung mga IMs, no, instruction materials. Example is kalang history lesson, which is na ay mga maps, globe, timelines, no, that can help students engage with historical events. So number 5, media. Media communication system, no? Media refers to the channels or tools to convey information, including visual or auditory or digital means. For example is like we're using PowerPoint presentation or videos or like online platforms to like deliver the lesson in an engaging way. So number 6, motivation, arousing and sustaining interest in learning. Motivation is about like keeping the student engaged and to like eager to learn. It involves inspires students to continue learning. For example of this is like a teacher might set a reward system or connect the lesson to real life scenarios to motivate student, no. Your same activity, we're going to give reward or a real life scenario, no, which is they can relate this activity. So such as how how math skills apply to everyday budgeting. So number seven is internalization of learning, the mastery internalization of learning. Mastery occurs when a student has through roughly understood and internalized a concept, skill, or subject area. Example, like students demonstrate mastery in reading comprehension when they cannot only read a passage but also analyze a critic independently, no? That is mastery. Number 8, measurement, no? Evidence that learning took place, no? Measurement involve assessing whether a student have learned and understood the material, no? The dapat na like a measure, no, on how well student understand the lecture, no, or the lesson throughout the class. They measure, or we are going to assess the students what they have learned or understood the material, no? Typically through tests or quizzes or performance assessment. So let us proceed to Edgar Dale's cone of experience. This is the model that categorizes learning experience from the most abstract to the most concrete. It provides a way to like understand the different methods by people engaged with content and how these methods can influence learning retention. So let's start from the most abstract. So number one, verbal symbols. So it's the most abstract level of the cone because it like involves using words and language to convey information, no? So for example, like reading books or listening to lectures or engaging discussions lang, no, where information is presented only to verbal means, no. So like the learning impact of this is verbal symbols are like complex, no, conveying complex ideas. They are also like less of effective in terms of retention because they are the learners to they require the learners to like translate the words or into mental images or a concept. So number two, kadua is the visual symbols. So visual symbols is like visual representations or such as kanang maps or like graphs or like kanang charts, no, or diagrams, no, to convey information. Visual symbols help in creating a mental image or abstract concept. So the impact of this is visual symbols like slightly more effective than verbal symbols, no, o yung kalayan niya because they provide a visual context that can help learners, no, to understand and remember the information better. So now number three is recordings, radio, still or pictures. So for example, the level this kind of level of it includes radio records, no, radio broadcasts or still images like photographs, no, those are that are still pictures, no, photographs or like these mediums provide a richer sensory experience. We use our sense of seeing, no, by adding auditory or visual elements to the learning process. So these kind of methods are more like engaging, no, than verbal and visual symbols because it combines audio or visual elements which can aid better retention. Number four is motion pictures. Motion pictures or movies include both visual and auditory elements, no, that depict the dynamic scenes. Motion pictures, it convey a lot of information, no, like showing movement or processes, like interactions in a way that static images, no, or words. Motion pictures use of motion, no, combined with sounds and make this a more immersive and engaging learning experience which they can understand or retain, no, the information. Number five is educational television. Educational television designed for educational purpose na like this kind of program combine elements of motion pictures, spoken words, and other media to educate viewers or the learners to a particular topic. So for example, this the educational television like is more like effective because it combines the multiple forms of communication, audio, visual, and motion. It present information engaging in like a story like format, no? Number six, exhibits. um, or interactive displays, no? The present or information through a combination of object, images, no? And text. They're often used sa kanang like museums, no? Science centers, or sa educational settings, no? Exhibits allow the learners to like explore information at their own pace, no? Their own discovery. And the physical presence of object like artifacts, can make learner experience more tangible and memorable. Next is study trip or field trips, no? Involve taking learners to location where they can experience subject matter in real world context, no? Such as visit historical sites or factory, no? Where the students, no, maka-experience the real world, no, context. So study trips it is like highly effective. It is because like naghatag og ang direct experience sa mga students, no? It can allow students and learners to see the interact with the subject matter, no, in actual, no, environment, making the learner experience more memorable or meaningful experience. Next is demonstrations, no? Involving showing how something work or how to perform a task, no? That is demonstration from the word itself, not performing how to something work, no, or perform a task like cooking class, no, or science experiments. That is an example of demonstration. Or like a teacher modeling a new skill, no? Demonstration, it combines seeing and hearing, no? It's more effective because it helps students or learners understand process and techniques better, you know, leading to greater retention. And next is dramatized experience or experiences, no? It involves like role playing, simulation, or like reenact, no? Where learners participate, no? Like i-observe nilang scenarios into real life situations. For example, acting, no, sa historical events. Dramatic experience, no? To have students, no, or learners to realize materials by experiencing it, no, in a life-like context. So number 10, contrived experience, no? The next contrived experience. Now there are these simulation or models or replicate real world experience, but in a controlled environment, like on virtual labs or educational games, no, that mimic the real life scenarios. Content experience, no, it's highly effective because they provide environment for learners to practice or explore without consequences of a real world mistakes, no, thus enhancing their like skills or skills development. The last one is the direct purposeful experience. This is the most concrete, no, is the most concrete and direct from the learner, no? Of learning. So because kanang involves mm, the learners, no, it more engaging, big like in real life activities where like they learn by doing, no, the activity. Examples of include conducting experiment or building something, or for example kanang participate sa like community service, no. It's more concrete siya na for learners, no. The purposeful experience, mas effective siya in terms of retention because involved man ng students, or they are active participating hands-on, no, activity. They are fully learners engage fully with the materials, which it can lead to students na ma-deep lang understanding or ma-long no ilang ay they can have long-term retention sa activity, or no. So the the summary of this Dale's experience is like as we move down, no, gikan sa verbal symbols to direct purposeful experience, no, as we move down, no, it teaches us, no, as a future educator, no, to become those methods to become more engaging and concrete, no. It can lead the students to better like retain ilang knowledge, no. So this model suggests that educators should strive to incorporate more concrete and participatory, no, learning experience into their teaching to like enhance, no, enhance their understanding and retention. So I believe that's all. Thank you.